If, like me, your health and fitness has suffered a little bit over the last 12 months, you probably wouldn't think a Swiss watchmaking company would be the remedy to the COVID kilogram situation. You've probably signed up for a gym membership, are attempting to eat a little bit healthier and limit the number of Negronis you're drinking, all of which are very good things to do. But there's one specific Swiss watchmaker who could help get your 5K time back down to pre-pandemic pace, and that's TAG Heuer. Building off the previous generation of smartwatch released in 2020, TAG Heuer have released a new and improved version of their Health Tracking Connected this year, which focuses on improving your general well-being and your golf game. Before we get too far into things though, don't forget to like and subscribe, as well as hitting the bell icon to make sure you don't miss any videos from Time+Tide. We'll get into what's new in a minute, but first, let's take stock of what we're working with in the Generation 3 that was released in 2020. The current model is physically the same as the 2020 release, but has a range of new software updates that make it significantly more user-friendly. The steel case measures 45mm in diameter and a relatively slim 13.5mm thick, making it comfortable on the wrist thanks to the gently tapered lugs that are reminiscent of a piece of design from the modern TAG Heuer Carrera collection. Likewise, we still get the polished ceramic bezel that frames the screen nicely and makes this smartwatch feel a little more like a traditional watch on the wrist. The straps that the TAG Heuer Connected arrive on are some very comfortable rubber straps with a folding steel deployment clasp. In a range that was also released in 2020, there are a number of different coloured options in the rubber straps, all of which are incredibly simple to swap, thanks to the quick change mechanism that doesn't need any tools to operate. The features that remain consistent between the collection that was launched in 2020 and the current models for this year are all of the things that you expect from a modern smartwatch, including calls and notifications, which are communicated via the always-on 1.39-inch touchscreen OLED screen. As well, you get your calendar, NFC payments with Google Pay, Google Maps and GPS, weather alerts, and much more. The key updates for 2020 can be seen in the TAG Heuer Connected app, which maintains the same functionality when it comes to tracking specific activities, but is much improved in tracking your day-to-day biometrics. Using a display that shows your progress throughout the day with a pair of rings, one of which is your steps and the other is your calories burned, it's a much more functional way of communicating your incidental activities, such as walking to work, rather than just when you want to do a running training session. These metrics track the intensity of your daily activities and how much effort your body has exerted as a result, and translate the data into easy to understand information on the app, which you can then use to track your progress. TAG Heuer has also made strides in the Golf app, which now features more accurate 2D and 3D maps of the 40,000 golf courses that the app contains, with better textures and detail, including things like forests and even single trees. TAG Heuer worked with the Scene Kit framework to allow the app to render these details faster and smoother. Another improvement in the Golf app is a club recommendation tool, which will now suggest the best club to use for a stroke, depending on the conditions and the distance. The club recommendation tool learns from the clubs you select and the performance you get out of each club, making it more accurate the more that you use it. If you're playing in a competition where these sort of tools aren't allowed, don't worry, as the feature's pretty easy to deliberately disable so that you can still wear your watch while competing. So there you have it, the new TAG Heuer Connected collection for 2021. Taking the strides that were made when the first Generation 3 was released last year, and building on them to make sure the user experience is even better. TAG Heuer continue to double down in the smartwatch space, and it's good to see that they believe in the Generation 3 as having enough fundamental strength as a platform to only need tweaking to make significant improvements. The TAG Heuer Connected on rubber has an Australian recommended retail price of $2,600 and is currently available. Now, let us know in the comments below if you've owned one of these latest generations of smartwatch from TAG Heuer, and what your experience has been of it as a daily wear. As always, thanks for watching.